Disney's bull case weakens perhaps just a bit after Bank of America cut its price target on the company, citing monetary pressures and a hit from Hurricane Ian. But content does remain king, and Disney comes through with a strong roster of its own properties and franchises. Joining us now to discuss media matters is Jessica Reif-Ehrlich, BofA Securities Senior Media and Entertainment Analyst. Jessica, great to catch up with you. Thank you for being here. And I know that you're still positive overall on Disney, but I want to cut straight to one of the reasons behind your cut, and that is a lower number of subscribers to Disney Plus. You're saying you're lowering your projected Disney Plus net additions to 8 million. What's the main reason behind that?
There's not a the company guided to core Disney Plus subs in the U.S. growing this quarter, so we have a modest growth of 1 million plus. But really, this is just a segue because the company hits its content cadence stride in the current quarter, which is fiscal Q1, the December quarter. So we expect subs to pick up pretty substantially. The goal is to have 100 originals, film and TV shows per year, or roughly 2 per week. And that really will drive Disney Plus subs going forward. It's just a lull period.
Jessica, when does Disney Plus reach profitability?
They've hit peak losses, and the company should reach profitability in fiscal 24. So we're technically in fiscal 23, so next year, but we expect on a full year basis it will be fiscal 25.
And it seems that a lot of that might also be based on the entrance of this new ad-supported tier and what the demand looks like there. Where are you starting to see that actually come into play, given that Netflix has even pulled forward their own schedule for that ad-supported tier?
We are super positive on the AVOD tier or the ad-supported tier. So Disney just announced that they are raising prices for the subscription-only, or SVOD, by 38% in the U.S. That's a pretty big increase for any service, but it's still only $10.99. They have a huge umbrella to raise prices because everybody else is so much higher. Their AVOD, or subscription plus advertising service, will be $7.99. So there's a $3 differential. And we believe demand is so strong for the Disney Plus product that the ARPU, or the revenue they generate per month per user, will be higher on the AVOD tier ultimately than on SVOD. So there's we know that there's massive demand by advertisers. The advertising inventory will be limited, let's say 5 minutes per hour versus 15 minutes plus on linear, but it will be targeted and addressable, and it expands the reach of the Disney company from the linear networks to streaming. There's very little overlap between the two. So it's actually really exciting.
I wonder, within kind of the broader streaming options that are out there, we've continued to look at, of course, year over year, the digital media trend survey that Deloitte puts out, and the average number of different platforms that an individual or a household might subscribe into. Are you expecting some of the average figures for the number of services that people are buying into to start to come down, and where would Disney sit within that mix?
Disney will be at the top of the pyramid, in our view. Disney has a very broad portfolio. If you look at their services, Hulu and ESPN Plus, combined with Disney Plus, they have it all. They have news, sports, general entertainment, kids, adults, films, etc. So we expect them to be at the top. How many services people take ultimately is still an unknown. Most consumers or most viewers watch 5 to 7 channels. The 5 to 7 I watch are different than the 5 to 7 my husband watches. So, and different from what our kids watch. So it's just not clear how many services per home people will take. But we think that, Netflix, Disney, we'll see what happens when Warner Brothers Discovery comes out with their combined service next year, which will also be a very broad service, how that shakes out. But those would be Disney Plus, we think, or Disney overall will be at the top of the pyramid.
Jessica, there has been some criticism, I guess, of some of the franchises that are out there. And Disney, of course, has really made a lot of its franchises and obviously spun off a lot of content from its franchises. You push back against that view in your recent note. You say franchises are basically where it's at.
Look, this is content that consumers know. So Disney's done an amazing job with expanding the Marvel universe. And they've just said there's more characters, there's more stories. They just have a very deep IP to work with. And that's an advantage versus any of the FANG companies. This is an advantage Warner Brothers Discovery has, all of the traditional media companies have. They have content that consumers know and love. And they also have more platforms, whether it's linear and streaming, to amortize content over, but they have more assets, including theme parks. So Comcast, which owns NBC Universal, has Universal theme parks, and Disney, of course, is the Disney theme parks on a global basis. And they can use these franchises or content right across all of their assets, which is an incredible advantage.
Jessica Reif-Ehrlich, BofA Securities Senior Media and Entertainment Analyst, joining us this morning. Thanks so much.